Umar bin Abdul Aziz, now he became the Khalifa. Now this is a responsibility. He went into his home immediately after he became the Khalifa, and he did not leave his home for 3 days, except for the Fard Salah. He would not leave his home. He got 2 people to help him. One of them, his name is Muzahim. Hada his bodyguard. He's an African slave that they enslaved, and he became his servant eventually. Muzahim, powerful man, big sword, he's with him. He says, Ya Muzahim, I love you. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz is telling him. He says, I love you because I saw you one time worshipping in a desert alone, and you're doing munajat to Allah. You are become my wazir. African slave, you become your wazir? Yeah, you become wazir. So what? Bani Umayyah are waiting outside. No, you become my wazir. You become my assistant. Because there's no difference. Colors do not make. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. It's not about color and caste and all these things. It's about piety. Anyway, then he brings one named also Muhajir. Also, he says, you are my wazir. First 3 days he did 5 things or 4 things. Let's go through them to see how he established justice. Number 1, he fired all the corrupt leaders in the state. Immediately. Everyone is fired. Fired. What's going on? He's firing everybody that his uncle had, that his grandfather had, all these people, fire them all. First of all, you have to clean. Flush them, let them go. Flush all that group, just let it go. Therefore, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz used to say about Hajjaj. Hajjaj bin Yusuf al-Thaqafi, you all know, the tyrant. Yani Tirmidhi and others narrate in authentic. And all the narrations are corroborative on that. That Hajjaj killed at least 80,000 Muslims innocently. Some riwayah goes 120,000. Can you imagine someone killing? Yani obviously, people who have any love of humanity, let alone love of Allah and His Prophet, would not even lean towards such a tyrant. Lakin anyway, those who are tyrants love tyrants. If you are zalim, وَلَنُ الظَّالِمِينَ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْض, Allah tells us. Al-Zalimin are always close together. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz says, if every ummah brings its worst khabith, لو جاءت كل أمة بخبيثها وجئنا بالحجاج لغلبناهم. If every ummah brings its worst khabith among them, and we bring the Hajjaj, we will be the worst. He will be the worst of all of them combined. The people like the Hajjaj and Hajjaj before them, like the people after that, all fired to restore justice. People have to be accountable. Number 2, he went and looked at Bayt al-Mal, the national budget. The state was big, all the way to Turkestan, almost where China is today, all the way to North Africa, to Yemen and down, up all the way. It's huge, lots of money. The ulama of Sirah, they said that Umar ibn Abdul Aziz sat with his assistants calculating how much money is being spent right and how much money is being spent wrong. They came at the end of the days to find out that at least 2/3 of the national budget is given exclusively to the family of Bani Umayyah, and 1/3 is for the whole ummah. Imagine. Some said half of the money, some said 2/3, depending on the riwayah. Lakin, imagine half of the national money goes to a bunch of people, and the other half goes to the whole ummah, the millions of the ummah. He stopped all that. He says, all these people are getting all that money, stop. All the salaries, all the lands, all the things. The third thing he did is he wrote letters to 3 people that are very important, and he was seeking their advice. Many of the, obviously, people who are of influence. Al-Hasan al-Basri, you all know Hasan al-Basri, Tabi'i al-Jalil. Hasan al-Basri was Tabi'i. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz wrote a letter to him, says, I want you to be my advisor. لأنه Bani Umayyah before, their advisors were, the other people who are also eating with them. You know, if you eat, as long as there is part Mr. 10%, then you have Mr. 50%, then you have Mr. 5%. Fee, everyone, every level, there is some commission. Mr. Commission, I call them. So you have lots of Mr. Commissions around him. He fired all those Mr. Commissions. No more Mr. No, Bani Umayyah was Mr. No longer 10%, 50%, 75% Bani Umayyah Mr. Yeah. The whole Ummah takes 25 and you people take 75. Why? He fired him and he wrote to Al-Hasan al-Basri. He says, you become my advisor. Al-Hasan al-Basri wrote him a letter that made Umar cry. He sent a letter to Mutarrif bin Abdullah ibn al-Shikhir, another one, Tabi'i, also a big man, big alim. Also the same thing. So he wrote a letter to a couple of those. He made them his advisors. Look, governance requires what? No one is perfect, except those who Allah made perfect. Al-Anbiya alayhum as-salam, and the awliya who were close to perfection. We don't say perfect, but we say close to perfection. Yani Sayyidina Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, close to perfection. Even though we don't say isma, lakin close. Close to perfection and preservation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So are the awliya. So what happened is, he wrote a letter to them. He said, you become my advisors. And these people, obviously, they knew what was going on. They knew how the money was given. They wrote letters to him. They said, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Fourth thing he did, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he stopped the cursing of Ali ibn Abi Talib on the mimbars. This was ongoing for about 80, or not 80, sorry, that time. For a while, for decades now. And he replaced that with an ayah that many people still recite today in the Jum'ah. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنْكَرِ وَالْبَغِي إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ وَإِيتَاءِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى وَيَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنْكَرِ وَالْبَغِي يَعِظُكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. You see this ayah in Jum'ah? This is by Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. This was the place where Sayyidina Ali was being cursed. He removed that. He says, no more cursing Ali. Now you say, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ. You do justice, you do good. وَإِيتَاءِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى وَيَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنْكَرِ. This fahsha and munkar Allah does not like, and therefore كُثَيِّرُ عَزَّة, he says, the poet at that time, he says, وَلِّيتَ وَلَمْ تَشْتِمْ عَلِيًّا وَلَمْ تَخَفْ بَرِيًّا وَلَمْ تَتْبَعْ مَقَالَةَ مُجْرِمِي. You became, O Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, you became a wali, you became a khalifa, and you did not curse Ali, and you did not follow the saying of the criminals, of the thugs before you. Or, the people who used to say that.